Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's Janice again, the Beauty Business Boss. And here on my channel, I give tips and tricks and information on how to help anyone in the beauty industry to start and to grow their business. So today we are going to be talking about going solo right out of school. So is that something that you should do? Is that a good idea? What are the pros and cons of it? Like, what do you need to do to get started? So if that's something that interests you and you are currently a student right now, this is good information for you. So go ahead and watch. Make sure you like my video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you'll get notifications and everything on future videos. But if that is something that interests you and that's something that you're kind of wondering or going back and forth about, then go ahead and keep watching. So is going solo right out of school really a good idea? This is talked about a lot in the esthetician community because there's a lot of seasoned estheticians who, don't think a newer esthetician should go right out of school because they don't know enough, they haven't had enough experience and all that. And there's a lot of people who, don't want to work for anyone else, for whatever reason. You're just tired of working for people. You want to do your own thing. There's a lot of misclassification in this industry where people are not being paid what they should be paid, or they're being treated like employees where they're really renting. So there's a lot of different things. So regardless of whatever your reason is that you want to go solo or you're kind of thinking about it, I want to give you the real advice, like the real, the real deal on what it means to go solo right out of school, and then also what it means to just be an entrepreneur in general, because a lot of people, really don't know what it takes to be a business owner and like everything that goes into it. So I'm gonna start off by telling you, like, I did go solo right out of school. Like right after I graduated in, I think, July, and I had opened my business in October. And it's worked well for me. I've been in business for almost 4 years now, and I wouldn't change that at all. Like, I wouldn't try to go back and work for someone. But there was a lot that I learned along the way. And I am a planner, so I do like to plan and have like everything in a row. So it wasn't just an irrational decision that I just jumped and did, just kind of, by the seat of my pants. I had actually planned for it for a long time. And that's what I would recommend for you to do, if that's something that you're thinking about doing. And the reason why I say that is because business ownership is a lot of work. Like, a lot of people don't really realize what goes into owning a business. And I think because of these days of Instagram and even YouTube and just social media in general, like, people glamorize business ownership like it's something to strive for and something to go toward, and that everybody should be a business owner. And which I agree. Like, I love being a business owner, but the truth is, and y'all might not want to hear this, business ownership is not for everybody. Everyone is not ready to be a business owner. Everyone is not going to be a good business owner, and that's just the reality of it. Because there's a lot of work, and you have to have the right mindset in order to be a business owner. So you have to understand that if you have your business open, let's say you have your spa open from 9 to 5 every day, where you're doing services and you're doing these things back to back, don't think that you're just going to go in there and do your services from 9 to 5 and then leave and go home, and then come back the next day, do your services from 9 to 5 and then leave and go home. That is not how it works. You're not going to get anywhere doing that. With business ownership in general, it is long hours and lots of work. Like, you have to be willing to work in your business, which is doing the services, and also work on your business, which is all of the admin related things. So you have to keep your business running. So it's not just as simple as you just come in and do services. You have to, spend some time on your bookkeeping. You have to spend some time on setting your prices, making sure that you're making money, tracking your inventory, purchasing products. You have to have a good customer relationship management system, a good follow-up system, rebooking your clients. How are you marketing? How are you spending time actually getting people into your spot? There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. So you're going to be spending, hours either before or after or on the weekend, kind of working on these additional things. So you have to be prepared for that. So entrepreneur life is not 9 to 5. Entrepreneur life a lot of times is 9 to 9, or or to whenever you're done. So be prepared to work those long hours. You also have to be really motivated. Like, no one, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, no one is going to tell you what to do or tell you where to go every single day. You have to be motivated to come in and do what needs to be done. So you have to be organized, motivated, and have enough drive to come in and do what needs to be done on your own. You also have to be very independent. So there's all of these different things that go into entrepreneurship. So, and the truth of the matter is, like I said before, everyone is not ready for that. Everyone would not make a good entrepreneur. So you have to really kind of do some soul searching and really dig deep and see, is that something that you want to do? Don't let social media sit here and fool you and make you think that it's just all fun and games, because it's not. Even though I love being an entrepreneur and I wouldn't change it for anything, but it's not just all fun and games and glamour and party and all that. It's there's a lot more to it. So that would be the first thing I would say to do, is just to really, really evaluate yourself, really evaluate your skill set, and see if that's something that you want to do. So now I'm going to talk about like some of the pros and the cons. Like, what are the good things about going solo out of school, and what are some of the bad things, or some of the things that you just really, really want to think about before you make a decision like this. So the first pro is that, of course, you have control. Like, you have control over every aspect of your business. So you control, your hours. When you come into work, you control your prices. Like, you can set, whatever prices that you need to set in order to make money. You even control, the clients or the type of people that you have coming into your business. Like, everything you have control of. So you're not working for someone else. You don't have a boss. You don't have someone telling you what to do. You can set your own protocols. You can sell whatever products you want. You can do everything in your business. And that is really the biggest thing about business ownership. It is just a big sigh of relief to know that I don't have to answer to anyone else. I don't have to do what someone else wants me to do. I can, spend my time focusing on what I want to do, because we should be in business to make ourselves happy. We should be happy doing what we're doing and, offering the services that we're offering. So if I don't like something in my business, I can feel free to change that anytime I want. So that's a really good feeling with entrepreneurship. Another thing is that you have a lot of freedom and flexibility. So with you being able to control your own hours, you can work as little or as much as you want. So if you want to have, 9 to 5, 9 to 6 hours or whatever, then, and that works out with your lifestyle, then you can do that. Or, if you're, have a family at home and, you have, little kids, you can work your business around your schedule and still, make money and still be happy. Because with this industry, you can make a good amount of money if you're willing to, work hard for it. If you have your prices set a certain way, you can do that. So not only with just selling, with offering your services, but also with selling products too. Like, selling retail is a huge way to make money. So if you're doing, those two and you have a plan together, then you can work less in your business, like work less hours and still make a good amount of money. You just have to have kind of your business model set up that way, but it's definitely achievable. So, and again, there's that kind of sigh of relief to know that you might only be working, part-time, 20 hours a week or something like that, but still living whatever lifestyle that you want to live for yourself. It's totally possible. And then the other pro is that you're doing services that you actually love doing. So like, let's say if you were to go, to work for a spa, right out of school, you might, let's say if you end up at a waxing center. So you might like waxing, but let's say for whatever reason you don't like leg waxing, which a lot of people don't. So you get a lot of services where you're doing a ton of leg waxing. And if it's not something that you like doing, you end up getting frustrated, you get bored, and it's just it drains you doing something that you don't really like doing. So if you open up your own spa, you can make the decision to maybe do all waxing except leg waxing if that's something that you don't want to do, or you don't have to be forced to do anything that you don't enjoy doing. So you can pick and choose what you want to do and what's going to make you happy. If you do, facial services, if you do nail services, whatever it is, you can kind of tailor those to what makes you happy and what your ideal client would want. So there's a lot of flexibility and a lot of freedom to choose what you actually want to do. So there are some cons too to doing to opening your business right out of school, and this is the biggest con, and this is it's completely understandable, but you don't have experience. So if by not going to work for another spa when you graduate, you miss out on the opportunity to learn new things and learn new things hands-on. So when you go there, you're going to learn new techniques. You're going to have a chance to be around people who've been in the industry for a long time, learn from them about doing in-depth skin analysis, or learn advanced waxing techniques, different things like that, depending on where you work. So you miss out on that by going out on your own right away. So kind of a way to turn that around is you have to be willing to educate yourself and take classes as needed. So I took a ton of classes, like after I graduated, even when I was working in my spa. Like I took a ton of classes like after I graduated to kind of keep educating myself and learning as much as possible. So you have to be willing to do that. When you're in school, because I'm actually an educator at a cosmetology school. I teach aesthetics at a cosmetology school. And so I tell my students all the time, like, you're only going to learn the basics in school. Like, we're there to teach you what the state requires, what is the minimum for state board, because you only have so many hours. There's only so much time that we can teach you what you need to learn. But after school is where you're going to learn everything. There are tons of classes out there for you to take. So, don't be afraid to take those classes and continue to educate yourself. Even people who have been in the industry for, 10 plus years, still the good, estheticians, the good service providers, constantly educate themselves and learn new things. So you have to be willing to do that to kind of make up for you not learning a lot or having kind of that hands-on experience right after you graduate. And also you might have limited business experience. And the reason why I say might have, because depending on what your background is, like you might, have owned a business before you were in school, or you might have taken business classes or something like that. So I don't want to make a general statement and say you don't know anything about business, but a lot of people don't have that business experience or don't understand how to run a business or how to manage their books and everything like that. So that's going to be a really big downfall for you. So learning, so if you can, in addition to your education at a cosmetology school, also take some business classes or take you read business books. Like, do as much as you can to understand the ins and outs of actually running a business. So doing your bookkeeping, creating systems for your business, different things like that are going to be really, really important to you, for you to know. And start all of this in school. Like, don't wait until you graduate to start doing all this stuff. Learn as much as you can, research as much as you can while you're in school. When I was in school, I was writing my business plan. I think I actually started my business plan before I even started school, but I was writing out everything and kind of trying to get an idea of everything before I even graduated, so I could kind of hit the ground running. So in addition to what you're learning in school right now, also do your education and research and things like that outside of school. So that'll kind of help you with the things that you might be lacking. And then another thing is that opening a business, like whether you're just right out of school or not, is very expensive. So don't get caught up in all of these, fun products and this exciting equipment and all these new things right away, because it's going to add up. So I actually was talking to my students about this, but I'm like, create a list of business expenses, of possible expenses and things that you know that you're going to have to pay for. So before you start buying anything, write it all down. Go and do your research. Write down, bed, steamer, product line, whatever products you're using, all of these different things, like literally list them out and research prices. So again, this is something that's going to take some time, but you have to have that motivation to do that. Like literally sit down, because this is going to kind of be an eye opener for you. But see, how much money it's going to take you, and make sure that you actually have that amount of money set aside for those expenses. Also look at them and see what you just need to get started in the very beginning. Like, you need a bed, but do you need like a $2,000 bed? You know what I mean? So look at what you need to get started, and you can always expand and grow. But this industry can get really, really expensive really, really fast. So try not to fall into that trap of, you know, buying every single thing that you see advertised, unless it's something that, you know, you really need, or, you know, something that's going to make you money right away. So definitely, but start again getting some of those things if you're able to, while you're in school. So make your budget list, make your expense list, and kind of get what you can, to kind of help you when you're ready to go. So what are some things that you could actually do right now, like while you're in school, to start preparing? So like I told you, create a plan, create a business plan, create your own personal plan, like create a list of goals and things that you want to accomplish. Have everything written out so you know, it can kind of get started on planning ahead. And also start to get into the entrepreneur mindset. So like I was telling you, some of the things that, you know, entrepreneurs have to do, you have to be motivated, you have to be independent, all those things. Start switching your mindset. Also, I'm gonna really challenge you to kind of tune out a lot of the things that are going on social media, because social media for me is just, it's a gift and a curse. Like, it is what it is, it's there, it's not going anywhere. But there's just so much inaccurate information on there. So many people flexing on social media and, you know, posting things like, you don't know what's real and what's not on social media. So don't fall into that trap of trying to follow what someone else is doing, and you know, trying to be like someone else, or following like, oh, this person, you know, started right out of school and they're making, you know, six figures and all of their stuff. Not to say that it's not possible, but it's not realistic. So change your mindset. Worry about what you're supposed to be doing, focus on what you're supposed to be doing and what your goals are, and, you know, focus on your plan and go from there. So don't get caught up in all this stuff. Don't get caught up in the hype and the glam and all that comes with this industry. You know, stay humble, stay realistic, and that'll get you really, really far in this industry. Also, again, create that budget. Like, really, I'm serious. Like, start a budget of everything. Like, go around, like, do your research, like, not just on equipment, but on spaces. Look at different spaces. See how much it's going to cost you per month. Look at, you know, retail spaces, look at office spaces, look at booth rent, like, look at all of these different areas and see what the prices are going to be. Because what you have to understand is that you're going to have to pay that rent and, you know, those utilities, those fixed expenses every month. So fixed expenses are expenses that you're going to have the same amount every month. They're not going to change. With those fixed expenses, you have to pay them regardless of if you're making money or not. So you can't just tell your landlord, oh, you know, I'm not making money this month, like, I didn't have any clients, you know, sorry, I can't pay you. It doesn't work that way. You have to pay that rent. So you have to be prepared for that. So that's why it's important to make a list of all those expenses, like every single thing that you need, so you know that you're how to prepare. And then once you find out those expenses, you want to keep at least 6 months of expenses before you actually even jump into it. So I'm telling you right now, you're not going to open your doors, and people are not going to just run through your doors. That is the biggest misconception, and that's the biggest irritation what I see in a lot of these groups on Facebook, is that people will open their doors and open up their business, and, you know, I just open my doors and I don't have any clients. Like, what do I do? And people don't have money saved up. Like, people are not just going to run to your business just because you open it, you know, and just because you started. So you have to be prepared, you know, to lose money if you didn't, especially if you didn't do, you know, your due diligence and do your marketing and all that stuff ahead of time. So you have to be prepared for that. And this industry is just up and down anyway. Like, especially with COVID going on, you never know. You know, you could have some good months, you could have some bad months. So you just want to make sure you're 100% prepared for that. And speaking of marketing, marketing is something that you want to do way ahead of time. If you're in school now, start marketing yourself now. Don't wait till the last minute, because marketing is going to take time, especially the way social media works. Like, you have to be consistent. You have to, you know, market yourself or put yourself out there on social media like every day, you know, constantly make posts, constantly make videos, constantly do lives, like do all these things so people will know who you are. Because as soon as you open, like, people aren't going to know who you are. So you have to kind of create that buzz and get yourself out there, you know. So start thinking about, what do you want to offer your clients? Like, think about your service, start posting about those. go around, if there's different events or something like that going on in your city, go around and talk to people, hand out business cards, hand out flyers to different businesses around your area, like once you actually find a place. But, start doing that as soon as possible. So it's going to be some work, but this is all part of, your business and your marketing. So start doing what you need to do like right away, so that you're not left opening your doors and then just not having any clients. But also on the flip side, because I like to give the pros and the cons, but you could do all of this and still not have any clients. So that's just the reality. It works like that sometimes, but don't be discouraged. Just know that, just keep going, because sometimes it does take some time to build up a buzz. So don't stop, even if you see people not engaging or people not commenting, like when you post something on social media, just keep going. Somebody out there is watching. You just have to be consistent. So the next thing that you want to do, and this one is really important, especially now, is to have an online presence. So when you open up your spa, in order to kind of maximize the money that you're making, you want to have services, and you want to have retail. Like retail is going to be a huge part of the money that you're making. So the good thing about retail though is that you can start offering that before you even open. So you can have a website and be selling products and things online. And that's something I 100% recommend. Like these days, like this pandemic has taught us that the days of us just offering services are, in my opinion, it's gone. Because we cannot just simply rely on just services, because, we never know if another shutdown is going to happen. So you have to be prepared for that. So having products or something that you sell online is going to be huge, and it's going to be really important. So start that. I mean, that's something that you could start, again, while you're in school. Get you a website, get some products to sell, so that you could at least have a different stream of income, and you can also sell those products, to your clients once you open up your doors. So right now I am in the process of creating a webinar to help you with building a product line, or getting a private label business started. And so at the time this video is going up, it's not done yet, but it's going to be coming up really soon. And I'm really excited about it, because this webinar is for the people who are really busy, who don't have a lot of time. Maybe you're working another full-time job right now. Maybe you're in school right now, and you want to kind of get your foot into the beauty industry, but you don't have time to sit here and try to open up a full, salon or spa or something like that. So I really want this to be for those people, to kind of help ease you into it and give you everything that you need to know to start your own product line. So this is a really big thing, and I'm so excited to bring this to you guys. So it's, like I said, at the time this video goes up, it's not going to be completed yet, but I will put a link in the description box on how you can get signed up for it. So you can click on that link, get signed up for it, and get on the waiting list, so you'll be notified once it does come up. So I'm really excited to offer that to you guys, and I definitely recommend getting that started while you are in school. And the last thing I would say is to be patient. Like, don't just jump into this without planning. Business ownership, especially like a brick and mortar business, it's not something that you just jump and do on a whim. Like, I don't care what you hear or what other people are doing. Do not think that you can do that and be successful. If you just jump out and just up tomorrow, like, I'm going to open a spa, like, you're going to have problems. It's not going to work well for you. And I'm telling you that right now. It takes a lot of planning, a lot of money, and a lot of thought that goes into it. So kind of, like I said, change your mindset, take a step back, and really, think about everything that I've said, and think about what goes into it, because we want to have businesses that are, sustainable, businesses that are successful, businesses that are going to last a long time. And that comes through, really, like I said, a lot of thoughtful planning and a lot of, consideration. So so I hope that this helps. I hope you got a lot of good information from that. Don't forget to sign up for my webinar. It should be in the description box below, so you'll be notified when that comes out. And just think about this. Like I said, I'm all about going solo out of school, but you have to do it the right way. You have to, have a plan, and, you just have to be prepared for it. So definitely, I want to hear from you guys below. What are your thoughts on going solo out of school, or is it something that you're thinking about, something that you're kind of planning to do? So leave me some comments. Like, let me know in the description or in the comment section below, so we can kind of talk about that. But again, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like my videos and go back and watch some of my other videos, because I do have some other good videos on some different tips and things to help you, whether you're just starting your business or you're already in business. So hopefully you like that, and then I will talk to you guys.